Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Boxing Hub. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about heavyweights, not the Furies, Usyks, Joshua's, but prospects. Specifically, prospects I'm going to be picking from fighters. These are all guys between 5 pro bouts and 15, so fewer than 20, more than 5. Um, most of these guys are below the age of 30, but there are some exceptions. So, top of my list, it's hard not to go with Bakadir Jalilov and Italma. I'm going to put Italma top because he's got a better resume. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have had Jalilov in this spot, but unfortunately, he's still lingering in this prospect stage. Of course, he went back to the amateurs to compete at the Olympics again for a second time. He's returned to the pros, but he's only had one fight. Italma, meanwhile, has fought Marius Wack and Dempsey McKean recently and gone through them both like a hot knife through butter. He's established himself as the best prospect in the world, I believe, under 15 fights. So he takes my top spot, and then I'm going to slot in Jalilov at number 2. Number 3, I'm going to have to go again with a proven body of work and pedigree. I'm going to go Justis Huni here. I think he's shown us now a good body of work. I think his skills are undeniable. His punching power has improved recently. The shape of his body, he's looked to be in a bit better condition, maybe growing into his man strength. So that's been encouraging. Number 4, this one's a bit of a stretch because we don't have as much to go from, but I'm really high on Tara Moana Jr. I think this guy has all the attributes and style to go a long ways in the heavyweight division. It's all going to come down to matchmaking and seeing how far they move him now. This one's a bit tough because we haven't seen as much, but I'm really high on this guy's skill set, and I think that he's a bit of a sleeper. Then I'm going down to Richard Torres Jr. This guy's a silver medalist, of course. He's well known in the Americas. He's working his way through the ranks. We're going to see him against Guido Vianello very soon, which will show us where he's at and a better indicator of where he belongs on this list. Moving on from there, I'm going with Alexis Barriere. Now, this might be some Canadian bias, but I am high on this guy. Again, I think he's got a style that really suits the division. He's one of the better conditioned guys. All these guys on my list, they're better athletes than, a lot of our big heavyweights of the last decade. Barriere is no exception to that. He's a southpaw. He's rangy. He's working with a good trainer. I think with the right moves, he's going to prove to be a problem for a long time to come. Moving on from there, and it gets a little tricky. Now, I could have gone a couple ways with this. Of course, we've got the Johnny Fishers, etc. I don't have him in my top 10. I think there are guys here above him. So next, I went with Murad Aliev. I think this is a guy, he's a little bit smaller, but he is tricky, and I think he can outclass a lot of guys going forward. The Frenchman will be interesting to see. Does he get picked up by a promotion? Is he that exciting? We will see. Next, I have... let me refer to my list here. Lenier Pero. Now, this is a Cuban southpaw. He's a little bit older. He's a guy in his 30s. We haven't seen him against the best of opposition, but he's got quick finishes. He's clearly got power. He can bang. He's got that Cuban style, and he's a southpaw who's 6'5". I think if we see this guy in with some more, will be another good marker of where he's at. We know he can hit. He's got some boxing skill. I don't think his loss against Fabio Wardley is going to be defining for him, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes next. And rounding up my list at number 10, I'm going to fit a Ukrainian in here. Fighting out of California, we have Andrei Novitsky. This guy's big, awkward, you know, he reminds me a little bit of the Klitschko's, not just because of being a countryman, but the style, the big, awkward kind of Soviet style, but with a big backhand. I think this is a guy who can make some moves. It'll be interesting to see the positioning, you know, does he get the backing with his maybe lower profile that some of these other guys higher on this list will get. Let me know what you think. Who did I forget? Who's being snubbed from this list, and who doesn't belong to be on here? Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Talk to you guys next time.